Hi everyone, welcome back to the EV side. My name's Simon. So on this episode, I wanted to almost retouch upon some of the things that I've said over the last couple of years of ownership for myself of an EV, still living in a flat, still no home charging, and how the hell do you cope? Because the infrastructure isn't there clearly across the country, just isn't there, it doesn't work. But what's that? That's called charge point in Waitrose, and there's 4 of these, and there's 4 down the road. So along with those type of things, and with fast chargers on motorway services, although that's but fast chargers in likes of hotels and gyms and car parks, and then normal chargers in car parks and shopping centres and hotels, and some lamppost charging in London and various other places. Surely there's just not enough. You can't charge a car anywhere if you don't have a home charger. Yeah, that would be easy. I'd charge at night, go to work, come back, charge at night. But 2.5 years later, is this really a problem for me? No, not really. I charge probably 2 or 3 times a week, depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing. My average commute is still a 70-mile round trip to work if I go into the office. Office now has chargers, which obviously helps, but more companies are getting chargers as well. So this myth of the infrastructure just isn't there and it isn't ready, it's just ridiculous. It's no longer a factor. If you're on the fence about buying an EV, or you're thinking about, and that's your main reason of not jumping in, even if you don't have home charging, it's not even a factor anymore. Range, it's a whole different question, but that to me is still not a problem. You know, you work out what your biggest journey is, and then you work out what your daily journeys are, and then you see what EV fits for you, and there's loads out there that fit for everyone. But in terms of charging, public charging and stuff like that, which I've generally lived off for the last 2.5 years, it's really not an issue. So don't let that hold you back buying an EV. If you're thinking about it, getting an EV and try it first. EV Centre in Milton Keynes, I'm a big advocate for them because they are just a brilliant bunch of guys and girls. And they will hire you a car for a week, or you can take it out for a little test drive. My recommendation is you take it out for a week and see if it fits in with your lifestyle. It's a big change, but it's the better change, and that's the key. So I've also had in recent comments about, I think, with my oneR chargers and stuff like that, and there are some valid comments that their prices are ridiculous, like £8. If you've got like Tesla Model 3s and some of these newer cars that have got high powered charging capabilities and things like that, they're perfect and they're ideal, and £8 probably isn't a great deal. For me, with a 50 kilowatt BMW i3, it is, and chances are I'll very rarely use them in an emergency. But the thing is, that's getting better, and they'll be there on motorway services should you need them. Otherwise, you've got Instavolt, Polar, Engini, hundreds. Instavolt and Engini on a weekly basis, and sometimes daily basis, are basically putting chargers in. Recent one for Instavolt near Norwich on the A47, which Norwich was a bit of a barren wasteland. 8 Instavolt 125 kilowatt chargers, charging hub in the middle of Norwich, which is exactly what you need, because then it gets you halfway, you charge and have a coffee, and then you go to your destination. You can do that on the way back. It's just more reason. When I went to right the way down to Great Yarmouth when I first bought my car, that was 4 Instavolts across in Norwich that I could pick from, all high power chargers, and I was there for half an hour and then away I go again. So again, it's not a big problem. So if you do meet people that are on the fence and stuff like that, just talk through these kind of realistic points with them. Don't be condescending and things like that. But really, as an EV driver, it's our responsibility to get other people into EVs, because they are the future. They are cleaner, regardless of what people say. They're a hell of a lot cleaner than diesels and petrol and everything else. That in itself is a good reason to do it. But if you want to save yourself money, even better. And to be honest, they're great fun to drive. So, you know, this whole thing about the infrastructure, I just don't believe anymore. 2.5 years ago, maybe, because there wasn't much around, but it's just grown exponentially, and it's just getting better and better every day. So, anyway, hope you enjoy this little video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, see you soon. Bye bye.